vibrates at a certain frequency. You know, you can feel it when you walk into a room. That vibration is moving. That vibration is, it's powerful. It can overcome anything. You can walk into a room that is filled with all kind of discord, but when you bring love into it, it will overwhelm it. I mean, love will transform anything. We've talked about how the power of love, putting love, that emotion, that feeling with your words, and how that power goes out and creates. It goes before you and creates all that it is that you want to do, all that it is that you want to be. So I want to go from the base of our scripture, and everyone knows this scripture, and it's in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. I'm going to read with you verse 1 through 8. And in the Bible that I was reading, it called it the way of love. And it reads, "If I speak in the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am a noisy gong and a clanging cymbal. And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. If I give away all I have, and if I deliver up my body to be burned, but have not love, I gain nothing. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on having its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. It is eternal. It is life-changing. It has the ability to alter the face of the planet. I'm going to tell you a story about a monk. There was this monk once, and now you think about a monk and love. Well, what do they really know about love? Well, if you think about just that one small part of love, romantic love, maybe not so much. But love in the higher picture, sure. So there was this monk once who finally achieved self-realization. You know that that's what their goal is, to have enlightenment, you know, as Buddha talked about. And he heard the call to write a book. Plenty of monks have written books. They've written some really great books. And he had been confused and upset by pondering the misguided religious writings. So one day in his despair, he vowed that he had finally understood love, and he would write something true, something that was heartfelt, something that would actually assist people on their journey. For he felt that love, although talked about, was greatly misunderstood. So he sat down and he started to write his book. He took out the first page, and right in the middle of the page, with perfect focus and perfect concentration and truly loving intent, this is what he wrote. Love. That's it. L-O-V-E. In the middle of the page. That's all he wrote on that first page. But when he wrote that, immediately across the street, a woman put down the phone and comforted her crying child. Next door, 2 children gave each other a hug. Across time, a family picked up a new dog. 3,000 miles away, an unexpected wind arose and blew away the city smog. So he did it again. Flipped over to the next page with that same clarity, that same intent, that same focus. In the middle of the page, love. Immediately, several blocks away, a child was conceived, and a woman who had been contemplating death decided instead to risk truly living. Many people in the city just felt happy for no apparent reason. In the capital, an attempt by the government to uncover a scandalous misuse of money was unsuccessful. The monk flipped over to the third page. all the focus, all the clarity, and all the intent, he wrote, love. Again, capital letters. And not far away, again, a woman from a dysfunctional family suddenly and effortlessly forgave her parents. In that moment ended the cycles of pain that had dogged her family for generations. In the city, a businessman asked for a depressed colleague to go to lunch with him. A mother bent down and gave her child a piggyback. And across the world, a rich man gave a poor man $100, a fortune in that country. The monk did this 365 times for each day of the year. He really wanted to remind people about love. Since he found love to be the true key to happiness and self-realization, he wanted to share it. And every time he wrote it, there was an effect somewhere, somehow. So think about when you love somebody, when you send out that clarity and intent of love. You may not see it, you may not know it, but you are changing the world. You are truly making a difference somewhere, somehow, with the power of love. Several publishers saw this manuscript and they just didn't understand it. They didn't want to publish it. But the monk decided that he would publish it himself, and he started giving copies away. And the manuscript became so widespread and so well known and had such an impact on people, it changed the world again. The monk became even happier and more loving, for such is the power of love. You can't give enough love away. You can't give away love without being affected by that love yourself. How many have seen that movie, Life is Beautiful? And Life is Beautiful is great because here you have this father and his son in a concentration camp, and he loved the son so much that he made it seem like that they were actually on a fun trip. He led this child to believe that they were having a good time. And this child went through the whole concentration camp not knowing that that's where he was, and left there totally unaware that he was in a bad place, surrounded by death. Because love overshadows everything. King Solomon and the two mothers, when he got ready to cut the child in half, the real mother said, no, don't do that. Love will cause you to give away what you love most in order to save and protect it. Last time I was up here, I talked to you about Moses' mother who gave him away so that he would live. There's a story of a mother in China. There was a great earthquake. And after the earthquake was over, the rescue teams came in and they were searching to see if they could find any kind of any victims or anybody that was out there that had survived the earthquake. They went to this one house and they thought they saw a figure, and they dug a little bit to try to see what was going on, and they found a woman's body. And they checked her, and it was apparent that she had not made it, that she had transitioned. But she was huddled over in a really precarious position. But they walked on and they went on to save others. But one rescuer felt an increasing pull to go back. An increasing pull just to go back there one more time. Dug in there and he said, there's a child. They went back and they dug away, and they found, wrapped in a blanket, a 3-month-old baby still asleep, protected by the mother's body. And on the baby, there was a cell phone. And the cell phone had a text message in it that said, my child, if you survive this, I just want you to know I love you. The power of love saved that child. The other thing about love is that love transcends this lifetime. My mom transitioned 13 years ago. We were very close. And last year on my birthday, just that particular day, there was a tweet that was sent out by Soul Pancake. And in this tweet it said, if you could kiss anyone, who would it be? I'm like, wow, that'd be a great birthday present. If I could kiss anybody at all, I would just love to kiss my mom just one more time. So I, closed up my tweet and, put down my phone, and checking some emails, and I got an email from my sister saying happy birthday. I said, oh, that's nice. So I opened it up and scrolled down, and it was something that she had forwarded. But at the bottom of the email, there was a picture of my mother. And I thought, wow, how nice of her to send that to me for a birthday present. So the next morning I talked to her and I said, hey, that was great. I really appreciate you sending me that picture of Mom for a birthday present. I was just thinking about her. She said, I didn't send you a picture. I said, yeah, you did. It was on the email. I said, I saved it to my computer. She said, no, you must be mistaken because I did not send you a picture. I said, yeah, sure you did. I'm going to look at the email. I went back to the email. I opened it up. There was no longer a picture attached to that email. The picture didn't exist on the email at all anymore. I still have the email now. There's no attachment. There's no picture on it. But fortunately for me, I had the presence of mind to save it, and I have it on my computer. She still didn't believe me, so I took a picture of the picture and sent it to her in a text message. She said, I didn't send you that picture. She said, I haven't seen that picture in a long time. I don't even know how you would have gotten that picture. But to me, that was love. Love reaching from beyond the grave. Love reaching from beyond the realistic. Love reaching from beyond the known into the unknown to touch me exactly when I needed it and how I needed to be touched. You have the ability to be more powerful than you could have ever imagined. And how would you do that? By being patient, by being kind, by not doing things that only serve yourself, by not doing things that would hurt others, by having your actions, your prayers, your way of being for the highest good of everyone concerned. That's how you become powerful. That's how you become powerful beyond your wildest dreams. When Jesus went out and did his healing, the first thing he always asked, do you want to be healed? Is always the first question. In other words, do you love yourself? Do you love yourself enough to get up? Do you love yourself enough to see? Do you love yourself enough to release this disease? And if the answer was yes, that healing was instantaneous. So what have we learned from this? We've learned that we've got the power. We have learned that love is more powerful than anything in existence, because we know that love is God, and we know that love is better served when we give it away. We have to love ourselves, we can love others, and then those others can love us.